KoF98. Brian Battler. An actual Choi player. Extra Brian. There's like gimmicks with Brian. Brian has like a really fucking good air like spin thing that he can abuse really well. I don't know if it actually changes in extra. I don't think it does. I think extra only affects like your super meters. That thing is really nuts. Brian's just got this air special move that just goes in a very strange way. Alright, literally we've got like the two biggest gimmick characters in the entire game as the very first round. Choi's basically got like Wolverine's Drill Claw, but he can do it repeatedly. And he like has no character besides that. He's got like a super limited tool set. So this is just regular 98. This isn't even like UM or anything. Regular 98 sees a lot more play than UM. UM's like an update that came out later for consoles, but a lot of people didn't like it because it fucked with the balance a little bit. Dude, this is actually like a good Choi player, so I can't even hate. That's a command grab, I think. There it is. It just landed. You can juggle out of it. If you just let the opponent fall, they take some damage, but you can also just get a combo. The combos can be stronger than the juggle. Kind of a cool mechanic. This should kill, I think. No. He could have supered, right? No, he can't because he's fucking he's extra, he's not advanced. No wait, desperation supers. That's a thing. Alright, I'm not an expert in how KF works. Well, I am for the most part. Well, I wouldn't say an expert, but you know, I've got like a working knowledge. Is that a fucking Shingo? So there's two modes you can pick. Almost everyone seems to pick advanced. This is advanced that they both have right now. Basically, it's a super bar, and you can stock 3 plus however many dead characters you have in super stocks. So like that little green bar is a full super, and then this orange bar shows that he's almost got another super. Neat combo. And then the supers work pretty much the way you would expect, except there's no special move to super canceling, so it's like ST. You have to do normal to super or just raw supers, which makes confirming supers a little hard, but like normal strings in this game are pretty good. This isn't like ST versions of like normal stuff. Like canceling the super is not that bad. Let me think. You can also use super meters to do either those things. That's a guard cancel blowback attack. Basically, it's like a little tiny weak hit that you can do. You can cancel blocking with a little tiny weak hit to get them off you, but it costs a super meter. And then you can also do guard cancel rolls. That was a guard cancel blowback again. That was also a guard cancel blowback. They don't do much damage, but they can kill. So if you're dead to a guard cancel blowback, you're pretty fucked. Blue Mary. Meter is actually really well spent on those guard cancel rolls and guard cancel blowbacks, and I think those plus supers are like the only way to use meter in this game. Oh, and you can also do an activate. We probably won't see anyone do it for a while. I don't actually know the name of the activate, but when you activate, your damage goes up and the damage you take goes down for a little while until a meter runs out. Everyone has it. And then also, if you activate, and then do a super, your super turns into like a new animation where the super is a lot stronger. So there's like level 1 and level 2 supers, I guess, but the level 2 supers you can only do when you're activated. Betty Mara's got really big normals, but they kind of come out at weird angles and his movement's kind of weird. It's not bad movement. He's got a very high jump and a very big cross up. That doesn't combo. He's got like a in this game you can cancel into command normals. And every character will have like 1 or 2 command normals except like Ralph, I think. There are like a couple characters without command normals. But like you can do like normal into command normal into special for the most part. Benimaru's got a weird command normal in that it actually doesn't combo. That was a guard cancel roll. KF only has 4 buttons, so the buttons tend to be more generally useful than in Street Fighter. Like the crouch lights, like the lights will have like some qualities of Street Fighter lights and some quality of Street Fighter mediums. And the heavies will have some qualities of heavies and some qualities of mediums. There's just a lot of because there's less room in a character's toolset. There's a lot less fluff in a character's toolset. You don't really have normals like Kami Close Roundhouse in this game. Athena's got a DP, a command grab, and a fireball, and then very inoffensive moves to make it so that combination isn't broken. That was a throw break. Ooh, the crystal bit. That super has a very, very stupid motion. It's double half circle, which makes it really hard to cancel into. That's a reflect. I think Athena's the only character in this game with a reflect, but I could be wrong. Oh yeah, dive kick. Athena really does have everything. It's like a dive kick special. She turns into a ball and flies down at you. Psycho about it. Anyway, you basically only see Crystal Bit as an 8 here. That was a jump back Crystal Bit. That was a nice punish. That's tricky to punish. That was like intelligent. Oh, that comboed. That was some actually like that was some sick Athena play. That move is absolutely nuts. It's not like that strong, but it can like alter his jump arc in very unusual ways. It's a bit like the Jaguar kick of this game, except it looks like a million times stupider. Brian's not much besides it. That's not true. His damage is pretty high as well, but his footsies are pretty like weird, and not the good kind of weird. But that one like jumping spin attack, you can actually do like a ton of stuff with it. There's a lot of different ways you can kind of throw it out. No, the rounds are really fast in this game. That's a tall projectile with a fuck ton of startup. Shingo's kind of whack. He randomly gets criticals. The criticals don't really seem to increase his damage or like anything, or at least not by very much. But they give you a lot of reaction time. It's literally 100% RNG whether he crits or not. And it's like pretty frequent. It's like half or 1/3 of all his attacks. Like that was a crit right there. And it's on a per hit basis, so you could have like a 3-hit move with like 3 crits or a 3-hit move with 0 crits. Yamazaki is like everyone's favorite. One of the best scary villain. Scary, I don't know how to call that. He's definitely a character archetype. Like the fucking lone wolf villain unassociated with other villains. There's a lot of fighting game characters like that. I guess Nakali's a bit like that. There's definitely better examples even just in Street Fighter. feel like there's some really good examples in Mortal Kombat. I feel like every character in Mortal Kombat is that. Does Yuri predate Sakura? Billy Khan. Man has a stick. He's the Vega of this game. This is 98. Shen's like a very recent KoF character. He's in the new games. He's not in 14 though, which is a shame because I played him. He's technical and he's cool and he's fun. He's really popular ever since he came back. I mean, ever since he came out. That little jumping spin kick, he like does a hit with his pole and then a hit with his foot. It's towards A. It's just a command normal. You can't cancel it. You might be able to link out of it. You can in modern games. I don't think you can back now. Custom intro. It's really good as a poke though. That's Billy in general. Billy has a lot of really fucking good pokes. Not a whole lot of combo potential. His combos aren't even that bad. And then he has like really good range. He's not like he's not like broken, but he's like a pretty strong character. Iori is probably top like 3 in this game. There's like a few characters who are really busted. Iori is like one of the most busted. The absolute broken tier is probably Daimon plus the 3 fucking clan leaders. Kyo Iori and what's her face? Shit, what's her name? Chizuru? I think. That's a command grab. Iori has literally everything. Iori has a command grab you can combo out of. Danger, danger. That's usually broken. He's got like a good command normal. He's got really fucking sick air attacks in a game where like sick air attacks do a lot of work for you. Iori's like air buttons are so fucking good. His jump B has like a god hitbox and can cross up. His jump A, I don't know about his jump A. His jump D has like a really far hitbox like forward, and his jump C has a really far hitbox down. Oh yeah, Chris is one of the like high tier characters, like one of the almost tops. He's got a really good set of normals. It's actually there's 2 sets of Chris. There's 2 different Chris's that you can pick. Both of them are pretty nuts. Oh yeah, and he's got a back B that's like a special cross up that like fucking it goes really far. Iori has like a really fucking Iori has one of the fattest cross ups in all fighting games. It's like Gen fucking jump medium kick and crane. That slide. Nerf slides. Confirms. Characters who can confirm better tend to be better in this game. That's the activate, by the way. So they both have a super meter. They both do more damage and take less damage. It's not a huge change, but it lasts a while. It also doesn't work in any sort of combos. You can't like do a cancel into the activate. Ooh, look at the auto guard. Kyo is pretty strange in terms of fighting game pro tags. He's got a Rekka, or more like a change of direction, or more like a Rekka. It's both. There aren't really branching paths for the most part. There actually are, but like, it's not really used to mix up. It's more like one is good and the other one is. It depends on the scenario in which you land it. But Kyo has a Rekka. And like certain parts of the Rekka have something called auto garb, which is a little bit like armor. Well, it basically is armor. Auto guard just means you guard the attack but still like do the move. It's like a KoF thing. Run up command grab, too strong. He got the towards A but he didn't cancel. That's a Rekka and it's fucking good. One Rekka is like generally safe from what I can tell, or like always safe. And it combos from lights. And he can combo it from his command grab. And that was pretty good damage. So in KoF you have two teams, and how much time is look at Kyo's health. He's probably gonna win this round. There it was. His health was like around here, give or take. See my mouse? The more time that's left at the end of the round when you win, the more HP you restore. So he has a lot more health now. So you want to win fast. Every time you kill someone, you restore some health, but based on the time remaining, like it'll be less. And if it's like a time over, I think you don't recover any HP at all. The fact that you restore health every kill makes it kind of easy for one guy to start getting a really big lead. Well. Anyway, it's 3v3. And the later the character is in your team, the more access to super meter you have. Like, the first character can only charge up to 3 supers at a time. But later characters can charge up to 4 or 5 if they're second or third slot. Which isn't a huge issue. Because super meter isn't that useful in this game. It mostly just lets you do guard cancel blowbacks and guard cancel rolls. Because you don't see that many activates and you don't see that many supers. They're kind of hard to confirm, so most people just use the ones that help the footsies. Yeah, like it's a thing. There's a lot of meta to it. It's not just that it like lets one person like get a giant lead. Like you're motivated to try and win quickly, which the opponent can use against you. There's like a play to like if someone's up a character, or like if it looks like someone's gonna win the round, you can still stall and make it so them winning the round is worse for them. Basically, while blocking, it's two things you can do while blocking. You have a blowback attack, which is basically like a sweep but standing, and you can do it while guarding for the cost of a super meter. That was one. And then also you have a roll that's basically like it's not really like anything. It's like Abel's roll in SF4 if you ever played that. You can roll in either direction and it's fully throwable, but it's fully invincible from the first frame. You can use it to get in this game. You generally see it to like get around fireballs, but you can do some meaty pressure and stuff with it. There's a lot of stuff you can do with it. Guard cancel roll. You can also roll during block. Like that was a guard cancel roll. You can roll during block strings too. Costs a meter to do either of those. Guard cancel blowback or guard cancel roll. Guard cancel blowback hits them, and also throws them across the screen. So it's the better one, I guess, in terms of like you're actually hitting the opponent. Guard cancel roll potentially gives you a punish. Like if you guard cancel roll something with a lot of commit, you can like hit the opponent like guaranteed, and that'll do more damage than a guard cancel blowback. And also guard cancel blowbacks can like not hit. Like they can be blocked or they can like whiff. So like guard cancel roll is technically a little bit more reliable in actually getting you out of pressure. I think you can guard cancel roll in either direction too, in the same way that you can roll in either direction. If someone does like a normal cancel to a command normal and you guard cancel roll the normal, I think you can often get like a little punish. You can't really see Ralph that much in this game. I always thought he was kind of like a worse Clark. For like most of the series, to be honest. They're different. In this game, they're pretty similar though. They're head swaps. But Clark has better grapples, which I think one of the nicer aspects of Ralph. Or not one of the nicer aspects of Ralph, but one of the nicer aspects of either of them. Ralph has a command grab, but it's not that great. Or it is. Command grabs in KoF are really good. Most of them are one frame. Like imagine like Geef Super. Most of them are that fast. And also you can link it to command grabs, which is kind of a big deal. And cancel into them. If you cancel into a command grab on block, the command grab just whiffs. The opponent can be thrown if they're in block stun. But you can be thrown in this game if you're in hit stun. So like if you do like close stand C, cancel to command grab, it'll combo. Which makes grapplers very strong in KoF. I mean, it's not like it's not like it's imbalanced. But there's this one grappler, Daimon, who has a very strong tendency to be broken every single game. He hasn't been broken recently. He might have been broken in 12, actually. I have no idea what the tier lists were like for 12. Pretty sure he was in it, though. He's like one of the series mainstays because he's on Kyo's team, and Kyo is literally the pro tag. KF doesn't have like a super intricate story, though. So I don't know if it's really fair to call Kyo the pro tag. Kyo's always present. Yori has probably the best confirm off a low in this whole game. And then also a command grab. That plays a really big part in why he's a top tier character. Look at that combo. That did a shit ton of damage. Most combos in this game don't look like that. See the guard cancel roll to escape the corner? He might have been throw punishable there. But guard cancel blowback would not have escaped the corner like that. Close C is one of the fastest normals in this game. I think it's tied for fastest. It's like a 3-frame normal. KF is kind of weird where your fastest normal will often be a close hard. Like most characters seem to have like a 3 to 5 frame close heavy. And those will sometimes be faster than the character's fastest light. They'll also often be on like throw normals because this game has one button throws off of heavies. There are a lot of like would-be protagonists. K-Dash and Ash are I think actual protags. But then there's a lot of other characters who were kind of designed to be protags, but they didn't really actually do it. Like I think K49 was supposed to be one of those. And maybe Nameless too. I feel like there's another big one. The auto guard. That was a dizzy. That was a hit that doesn't knock down the knockdown. That's a big clue in that you just got a dizzy. Dizzy, like, nothing tells you that you get a dizzy in this game. It's like ST. Dizzies don't happen very often, though. You have to really get your ass beat to get stunned in this game, because you don't have that much health. You'll typically die before you get stunned. Kyo has pretty high damage confirms, too. That's another stun. Nice confirm. You don't see that many confirms into super in this game because you need to be really fast. Confirming into super in this game is like confirming into super as a low tier character in Street Fighter 3. You either get it as a punish or you get like 2 hit confirms into it. And it won't do that much more damage than your regular ender. Most supers don't really have a footsie use. That's Kyo in the background, dude. It's just your teammates in the background in this game. I don't know if there's no pretzel motions in this game, but I can't think of one. How do I install? There's no installing the ROM. Just install Fightcade and put the ROM in the right place. There's like a ROMs folder in your Fightcade folder. You don't install ROMs for like any game. I shouldn't say that. Anyway, I think there's 2 ROMs you need for Street Fighter 3. That was a walk forward low C into towards A. That does a lot more damage, but it's a lot harder. I don't know that much about the UM versions of 98 and 02 because I'm not like a KoF fucking master. I know that most people tend to like KoF 2002 UM more than 2002. I know that most people tend to like 98 UM less than 98. The characters I know a little bit about 98 UM. The characters they added are pretty awful. They tend to kind of like break the game. And then there were balance changes that were kind of nerfs for other characters. So a lot of people like the balance a lot less for UM. Also, they made it so you can choose the best of both worlds for extra and advanced. Like extra and advanced have like there's like 3 things that differ between them. You get like a roll versus a dodge. You get like I forget, but there's like 3 different factors that change. And you get to pick and choose the best ones in a mode called Ultimate Mode in KoF98 UM. And pretty much everyone runs that mode. It like completely invalidates extra and advanced. And granted, different Ultimate modes can be different things. But, you know, extra and advanced were already... I wouldn't say they were balanced against each other. I mean, they were, but most people run advanced. But like, it seems like there's just a best way to play in 98 UM. Yashiro's a top tier character. He's not like top, like, he's probably just outside top 5, or he might just be top 5. He's got really good confirms too. He also has a command grab. I don't know if Yashiro has a command grab or only Orochi Yashiro has a command grab. One of them does. He has a really good set of normals too. Having a good set of normals is really fucking important in this game. Robert has a toolset that could be called a Shoto toolset. Robert is what you could call a Shoto. I think Robert's one of the characters there's 2 versions of. There's 2 versions of like 8 characters in this game. I think I think the default Robert has like a Dan Fireball, but like the extra Robert has like a fucking Ryu Fireball. The extra versions are just older versions of each character. Where they have like some new special moves. Or rather, they don't have some new special moves, but they have some of their legacy moves. Start Fightcade and then go into the 3rd strike room. And I'll tell you what ROMs you need in case in case you're still missing one. That towards A is a command normal. That it's like an overhead swing. That thing. A lot of command normals in this game are overheads, but if you do them as command normals, they're not overheads, and they come out dramatically faster. We were talking about this game because we were talking about Fightcade, essential Fightcade downloads, and I said that this was the, I think the most played game on Fightcade. And then I was like, I feel like watching it. How do I get training mode? Alright, I'm going to let you in on a secret. Fightcade is literally just ports of the arcade version. Okay? It's just the arcade version. There is no training mode in the arcade version. Nice punish. If you want training mode, you either need to open Final Burn Alpha, which is the emulator that comes with Fightcade, and then install some cheats to give yourself training mode-like features, such as infinite time and infinite health player 2. Or you need to get one of the ports of 3rd Strike. The absolute easiest way you could do it is open Final Burn Alpha by itself. That's in your Fightcade folder. Open Third Strike using that. Um, Set your controls for player 1 and then like keyboard controls for player 2. And then create a save state at the start of the round. And then just like, you know, beat him up until he dies and then load the save state. That way you wouldn't need any cheats at all. Oof. That's a proximity unblockable, I think. Which is a bit like a throw, but different. That's like punishable. Leona's pretty cool in this game. Her movement is fine. She's a charge character and she's got really, really unusual charge zoning. In a way you could liken her to Fong, but she doesn't have like a 2-up ball kind of thing. But like she's got like moves that are kind of hard to approach. She's got like a Gao flash kick, I guess. And then she's got like a move where she throws an earring at you and a move where she like shoots a ball at you. None of them are like traditional like... Oh, that might have been a punish. Since her dive kick didn't hit. Oh. None of them are like traditional zoning tools. Terry, no. That's a dizzy. Huh? Oh! I forgot that was a mechanic. If someone gets like dizzy in front of their own teammates, the teammates can jump out and like hit people out of the punishes. It's like a really strange mechanic. It's like borderline an Easter egg mechanic. Go to hell. That cross up. Hyderin looks like he'd be a villain, but I think he's a hero. I'm pretty sure he's either a Metal Slug character or like related to Metal Slug characters. There's a lot of cameos in KoF. There's a lot of characters from other video games. Ralph and Clark are both from Ikari Warriors. This is like Orochi Yoshiro, right? I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure it is. That looks like a Orochi Yoshiro move. Team New Faces has like 3 regular versions and 3 evil versions that are actually radically different. They completely change all their special moves. This is evil Yoshiro. Evil Yoshiro has super strength. He's supposed to be a counterpart to Daimon. Evil Chris has fire powers, Evil Shermie has lightning powers, and Evil Yoshiro has super strength, which is a reference to Kyo, Benimaru, and Daimon, who are the pro tag team. Oh, that's cheap. That's his sweep. It looks pretty wacky, and it's usually safe. Command grab. Another command grab. We Makoto. I mean, Yang. We Yang. Wow. Time's over, though. Damn, from what I saw yesterday, I think you do pretty well against turn. That That bracket will change. More people will enter. We're not only going to have like 8 people. This is the first stage I ever saw when I first saw this game. There's a Terry. There's 2 versions of Terry. One of them has like an actual projectile and power wave, I think. The other one has that little wave. Terry's like the Ken of this game. He has nothing to do with Kyo. But he's the Cell to American audiences. And to be honest, most Americans fucking love Terry, including me. He has lots and lots of American interests, such as cooking spaghetti and playing basketball. Nice confirm. It's pretty plain to see that having good like footsies is more important than like your combos in this game, though. Oh, that was a drop. Yeah, Terry's like the English character. Terry has a lot of extremely loud, vibrant fucking things that he says in English. They wanted a character who was American who yelled English phrases, but Terry doesn't really say English phrases. Like some of the things, like he names his special moves, and some of the names are like, you know, that's a fine name. Like fucking Power Dunk. But like some of the things he says just sound really hilarious because it's like a Japanese guy trying to sound like an American. Get serious! Like that. Bust woof! That jump down C is so cheap. That button, every time you block it, your fucking KO is like plus 30. And it can cross up. And it's got a fucking god hitbox. That was the cross up from the jump 2C. This is the character that Dan from Street Fighter is a parody of. Oh, the overhead. How do you call there the C plus D? What are you even saying? C plus D is called a blowback attack. Most people just call them blowbacks. Dan is a fusion of Rio and Robert, yeah. Hard to say. Probably not. The thing about Dan is that he's a parody of the 2 protags of Art of Fighting. And in Art of Fighting, there's a meter called, I think, like Spirit Meter or something like that. And if you had Spirit Meter, you could do stuff like fireballs. and like special moves. But if your spirit meter ran out, your special moves would be really shitty. So like your fireballs would dissipate almost immediately after you threw them. And Dan is a reference to Dan has like the fireballs that dissipate immediately, but there's no normal version because there's no spirit meter. So he just always does the shitty versions of the special moves. That's the gag with Dan. The whole gag with Dan is that the Art of Fighting characters looked a lot like fucking Street Fighter ripoffs. Art of Fighting could be called a Street Fighter ripoff to a degree. So it was Dan is a jab at a couple characters who were very, very similar to Street Fighter characters. Dan is like, you ripped us off, so we're gonna rip you off. That's the gag. I like how people bitch when there's too many Shotos, and then whenever Shotos aren't in the game, fucking people bitch that they should add them. That's like what I used to say about Elena. Elena, everything that Elena can spend meter on in Street Fighter 4 is busted, and yet, you know, you can't have them all. You can only have as much as you have bar. Best overhead in the game for 1 bar. FADC conversions on Link's Tail for 2 bars. EXTP FADC for 3 bars. Juggles into EX Rhino Horn for a bar. A pretty good super. All that shit's really good. But you only have so much meter. Nice. Anti-air super. That was a punish. See that? He did the guard cancel roll on a button, and then Iori canceled the button into a command normal because he didn't, like, he couldn't react to the guard cancel roll. And then Yashiro punished the towards A. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's like a... Oh, that's a command grab super. It just whiffed because not enough walking forward. I was trying to think of how to call it that. It's like Birdie's Bull or Vengeancer, that jump grab. He has to land on you. It's more precise than Birdie. Power dunk. Burning. The double roll. Guard cancel roll into roll again. I didn't know that. That down C anti-air. Kyo's got pretty good anti-airs in general. He has an uppercut too. The main mechanic that really separates KoF from other... let me actually like rewind a little bit to show it off. KoF from other fighting games is a mechanic called hopping, which is just tiny, tiny jumps. If you hit up for only a few frames, you'll get a very, very small jump. And the main things that's used for is getting pressure, because it's really hard to anti-air a hop compared to a jump. So if you get like a regular jump, it goes a lot farther. But you see that little hop right there after the regular jump. Hold on, this is like I went too far back. I wanted the round after this round. That was a hop, neutral hop. Hold on, where is it? See that hop into jump CD is really hard to anti-air. And then you see hops to go over projectiles in a safer way. That was a hop for pressure. There's another one right there. There's a hop over a fireball. A lot of fireballs in this game travel along the ground to make it so you can kind of like hop over them. I say a lot, but there's only like 4. It's like Ioris, EXQs, Terry's. It's like another one. Yeah. It's like a better Dudley jump in. And you still get the full damage conversions off of hops compared to regular jumps. They also let you punish certain things, like certain unsafe moves can be punished with a hop. So you get like a jump in punish instead of like, you know, a standing punish. If you start your combo with neutral hop. But that's like a huge deal. That like affects the entire game. It's really hard to use anti-air DPs against a hop because the motion just takes like too long. So oftentimes you'll see anti-airs like stand light punch in this game to hit hops. Just because they take a lot less reaction time, or like crouch hard punch. Jumps tend to interact favorably against hops. Like if one guy jumps and the other guy hops, the jump tends to win. Because most buttons kind of go out and down. Oh, he missed the link. There's the command grab super. Hops are like the thing. That's an anti-air flash kick. Hops are like the thing where it really differentiates it from like Street Fighter and other 2D fighting games. They make pressure really, really good and oppressive because you can like jump in, get them to block a button, then like do another jump, but like a hop, and then get them to block another button, and maybe like a block string, and then maybe like another like hop. They make low pokes a lot weaker, but low pokes are still really good, like down Ds and stuff. Like low pokes are very dominant in Street Fighter. You can see that a lot. You can see a lot of like crouch medium kicks are just really, really fucking good buttons in most Street Fighter games. And then they nerf the fuck out of them in 5. But in this game, like every low poke you do kind of opens you up to a hop. And hops are very ubiquitous and like they're not generally punished. And when they are punished, they're usually punished by like line normals. And they lead to good damage too. So you see a lot of anti-air blocking in this game. But it's not that bad because like a block jump in doesn't really lead to a super good mix-up in this game. So it's not like a huge deal. It's actually a lot like Third Strike, I guess. Yeah, run away. See that? Win by that time over. Alright, his health was like there. Let's see if he restores any. Yeah, he restored a little bit. 1 heavy normal worth of HP restoration. That's the bare minimum you can recover. So when you're up a character, you really want to make it like... You want to do a little bit of damage to the opponent, but you also want to make it take a long time. Like Ralph's probably going to come in with full HP now. Because he got a fairly quick kill. It's actually a nice balancing feature, because they'll be typically very low health. At the end of like a long round where both characters start with full HP. But then you can usually quickly kill a character when you're down a character and you've done a bunch of damage to them. And then, you know, all of a sudden you're back up to... The rounds, because it's based on the timer, the rounds where you're trying to make a comeback are usually really fast, and the rounds where you're trying to, like, you know, play even are usually really slow. So the health restoration usually favors the guy who's losing, actually. If that makes any sense. I didn't explain it super well, but just take my word for it. Damn, that super has a lot of armor. Ralph without his hat. His fucking bandana. His do-rag. Red kick is a good move. I don't know if it's red in this game. I don't think it is. But it's a good move anyway. Look at that pressure. Look at that hot pressure. Baited. I don't think I've ever seen a Ralph player in 14. Ralph is like quite uncommon in every KoF game, to be honest. That was a stun. Oh lord. This is a good KO. It's the same KO, he's just doing well. We're seeing a mad Ralph. Look at that fucking god hitbox on that jump D. That was walk up command grab, but it didn't work. Guard cancel, roll the command grab. Can Yashiro really make this comeback though? I have my doubts. Alright. So the mix up. Got the mix up. I don't know if this is confirmed there. Oh, that was a good... That wasn't even a combo. It's like a running bear, I think. Is this regular Ishiro? I think it is. No. Man, no, I'm not sure. I thought he was looking all down and, like, pensive. If it's EX Ishiro. They've got, like, kind of similar special moves. They're the hardest to tell apart. I don't know that much about Yashiro. I've played him like twice in like training mode. And that was like a while ago. They have a lot of similar moves where the animations will be different to be a little bit more violent looking. And then they have some completely different special moves. He's more grappler oriented as Orochi Yashiro, Evil Yashiro. Shermie's like a grappler who turns into like a regular character. I'm like 80% sure this is regular Yashiro. The entire normal set is shared. All of his normals and command normals are the same. It's only the special moves and supers that change. But literally every special move changes. Yeah. In this game, Orochi Shermie is kind of awful. None of her moves like combo. I think in 2002, Orochi Shermie is one of the better characters in the game. Or at least I see her played a lot. Which makes me feel like she's probably pretty high tier. I think the Orochi characters are really strong in 2002. They all die in this game, theoretically. They come back in 2002 because it's a non-canon like dream match game. But then in like 13, Shermie appears in the background of like the France stage. So I don't know. Maybe they didn't die. They're supposed to sacrifice their lives to like bring back Orochi. And it is canon that Orochi came back. At least briefly. Characters have a habit of not staying dead in like fighting games in general. Mature and Vice are literally dead. They're just dead. They're dead in every game after like 95. Mature and Vice are just ghosts. They've been dead forever. They've been dead for almost the whole fucking life of the series. Nice. I've only been up for a little bit. A couple hours. Love that combo. Yori's the kind of guy who can't really work with anyone. He's the one who killed Mature and Vice. Supposedly he hates violence and violent people. But he has like a bloodlust towards Kyo and people of Kyo's clan. Kyo's apparently really, I mean not Kyo, Iori's apparently really antisocial. And I mean not in like the actual antisocial sense. So they keep on lumping him with ghosts every game. Does Iori actually play bass? I think so. That's part of his lore. It's like hard to imagine Iori playing in a band. I think Kyo plays keyboard. They should have a band together. They give you just little snippets of information on each character. It's kind of fun. Street Fighter does that too. Like Kyo's really into motorbikes. You never see that in any of the games. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yori's such a broody, angsty, like, edgy character. And then it's like, oh, I hate fighting and I also play the bass. It's like, okay. What's his fort in sports? They like list that for every character. Did they list the fort in sports for the fucking sports team? That'd be pretty funny. Remy literally has to play in a band. I don't believe he doesn't. They put like stupid stuff for a lot of them. Someone look up like fucking those little stats. Someone look it up for Rugal, because it is absolutely fucking hilarious for Rugal. They gave him like the edgiest answers possible. Rugals are actually hilarious. Someone go on the KoF wiki and give me like everything on the fucking sidebar for Rugal. Likes having an evil heart. Please, no. Is that really one? I think that could be. That's the kind of guy Rugal is. Rugal's a lot like M. Bison. Hobby's Resurrection? Dude, please, no. Is that really what it says? It lists for his likes having an evil heart. Hobby's Resurrection. What do you feel like doing today? Oh, I feel like resurrecting. Dislikes justice. Immediate problems. Rugal is just M. Bison. B-Skill button's smart. I already do all punchy X moves with 2 punches. None in particular, he's good at everything. Rugal's just great. For Geese, his fort is listed as snooker, I think. More like pool. I'm just like, yeah, I can see that. Most unpleasant people who stop his planes. Most unpleasant is kind of a weird translation. Thing he hates the most. Least favorite thing. Someone give me kukris because I want to hear them. There's no likes or dislikes regarding food. How mysterious. I get no dislikes, maybe. Likes brooms and showers? Huh? Brooms because of sand? I doubt Omega Rugals would even be different. Who's another maximum edgelord villain? There's like a lot of really great villains in KoF. Maybe nitpicking on other people. He's just trashing fucking Sylvie the whole time. I'm using. There are a lot of extremely edgy characters in KOF. There's like more extremely edgy characters in KOF than there are in Mortal Kombat, which is extremely strange. They've got like every kind of edgy too. They've got like the Leona and like the Iori kind of edgy where it's like there's a fucking ancient evil locked inside my body. There's like the I sacrificed my fucking life and my future to this fucking crazy cult that the Team New Faces are. Um, there's the I just want to destroy everything because I'm like, you know, I'm that kind of evil where literally all happiness needs to be destroyed on a lot of the boss characters. There's the I don't care about you and I just want you to die. Like Yamazaki and I guess Kukri. Where it's just like the fucking complete disregard for other people's life and you know, well-being. There's like a lot of edgy as fuck characters. Only watches. It's not wrestling. Oh my god, he's literally that guy who goes on Google and looks up pictures of cats. Antonov is browses internet for cats, the character. Later, man. Biking? Hope it's not in character. Huh. That's very dinosaur dislikes. He must be a fucking method actor. That up close, I think it's half circle forward kick. It's like 4 hits and then it launches. That's a proximity unblockable. Basically, you can't block it, but he can only do it when he's really close to you. So it's a lot like a grab, but unlike a grab, you can roll out of it. It doesn't hit as a throw. So like things that are immune to hits can get out of the way, even if they're vulnerable to throws. I wonder if biking is literally because Baikingu, like King of Dinosaurs, because it really could be. Antonov kind of reminds me of Steven Steele from JoJo. What is this link? Ooh, alright. Downloaded for my future reference. Is it like a VS OS V skill for V reversals? I've like known about that for a while, but I've never actually bothered to try and find a setup. There's a particular, because V skills freeze the screen, they change the timing of stuff, and because they change the timing of stuff, you can do a V skill that won't come out unless the opponent does a V reverse. And Akuma's V skill counters V reverses, so. Oh no, the DP whiffed. Kyo's DP animation is weird as hell. Robert's toolset is almost exactly like a Shoto. Except he has a dive kick too. And also really close proximity unblockable off of that thing. It's just a grab in later games. Proximity unblockables are removed. Nowadays, half circle forward kick is just a grab. I see. That's pretty good. I'll probably actually do that. I'll probably see if I can sneak that shit out. I'll probably make a video about that, if you don't mind. Showing off the entire stand light kick sequence plus the OS. Because that's a really good fucking sequence. That's some solid set play right there. That's like more set playish than most of the stuff in 5. That sweep. Low profile. Yeah. Leona's a charge character. Charging is pretty fast in KoF, but like being a charge character affects your mobility so much for the worse. So most charge characters don't really do that well. There are very few charge characters in KoF though. If Leona could freely do her special moves, she'd be busted here in like every single KoF game. Alright, I'll give him the shout out. Oh, what's the frame data on stand light kick to crouch light kick anyway? I'm actually really curious to know that. Crouch light kick is 4, right? So if stand light kick is +1, then that's a solid ass frame trap. Or +2 would be ideal. If it's +1, they can trade their way out. I guess you can just do stand light kick, stand light punch. Yeah, I was gonna make a video about that. High blocking is so good in SF5, to be honest. It's really hard to make a delayed low string. I've been meaning to make that video for a while. High blocking is a defensive measure, and like, you know, staggered high blocking. Down medium kick V trigger as a way to counter that. And then like, you know, I was thinking about bringing this up as well. That's like a really important thing in Street Fighter V that most people don't really think about. It's because like every low is so shit. You can't confirm like a far away crouch button, crouch kick as most characters. Technically Akuma can. But because of that, like, and there's nothing safe to cancel into for most characters. Like, sure, Laura can get like down medium kick into light elbow. But like most characters, they can't do anything from their down medium kick. Like what can Kimmy do if she like does just a fucking down medium kick from far away and it works? She gets nothing. I think if she V-triggers, she gets like a DP. And you have to be kind of close for that DP to connect. Otherwise, you just have to cancel and pray. So because of that, the risk of like high blocking is pretty low. And then if you high block, you walk out of throws. You still block other mix-up kind of stuff. Like you still block frame traps and whatnot. It basically just makes it a lot safer for you. Yeah, Akuma's really strong in general. His ceiling is unusually high compared to most characters, which I feel like will be a really big factor in him eventually being top tier. I think that's a very enviable thing. I think that's something that Akuma's design is really good. And most of the other characters. Like Ryu's ceiling is very fucking low, which hurts him a lot at high level play. Having a high ceiling is like, you know, it like gives someone something to build up to. It makes high level play look a lot more interesting. It makes the game more entertaining to watch, and it makes the game more like, you know, purposeful to play. Oh, he just completed the Rekka. The stage with the mirrored floor. Really cool. I feel like the later the design is, the better it is in Street Fighter V generally. That's not always true. But I feel like a lot of the more recent designs, a lot of the DLC, have much more interesting tool sets. The air throw. The earring. She can throw the earring, and if you do try and jump over it, she can ATR you. It's got very little recovery. That comboed. We're an hour deep in this video, but I kind of feel like changing it. The double throw break. Throw breaks in this game only push back the guy who tech second, I think. So throwing someone in the corner can have no pushback. One button throws plus throw breaks is master race. Seems like every game either does one button throws with no throw breaks or two button throws. Two button throws are just fine. One button throws with no throw breaks I feel like are awful. I think Guilty Gear does that. One button throws with no throw breaks. I think you can throw break in Guilty Gear, but it's like you have to tech literally on the same frame as them. And if it's not on the same frame, then whoever was first. All this pressure. That towards B. Normally buttons like reset as if they're juggled in two. But Robert's towards B is a command normal. That was a stun. Because it's a command normal, it retains the knockdown. Whoa, see that? The guard cancel blowback missed. Little reasons like that are why guard cancel rolls are good. He jumped out of the throw but didn't punish. When you have a really fucking stiff banana, dude. When the banana's still a little green and you peel it, and it just feels so firm. It's just like, god damn it. I like my bananas a little mushy. Oh, what is this mess? Whiffing down Bs at each other. I think Ralph won. Nice. Low B, low A, flash kick. It's I mean it is a little bit different per game, but it's mostly just like certain moves launch and then you can juggle into anything from those launches. Normals reset and specials juggle. And it's just a question of hitting in time. There's no like juggle potential for the most part. It's a lot like Third Strike. Street Fighter 3 style juggles. XT had a similar system, but in XT, juggled normals would retain knockdown instead of air reset. Should have done DP to get some chip damage. Oh, they're literally tied. I think both characters change. I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah, for the most part. It's not always like that. There's some hitbox stuff too that matters. Like certain special moves have a really hard time hitting an airborne opponent. In KOF games, for the most part, when you get knocked down by a launching move, there's a set amount of time that you have to hit the opponent before they become invincible, which is actually very similar to Third Strike. So like if someone falls too much, suddenly you can't hit them anymore, so you have to hit them kind of high up. I don't know if they all use that, but definitely some KOF games use that system. So like things like Clark, like uppercut, you can juggle an early jump D, but if you do like a late jump D, it won't hit. Street Fighter 4 and 5 has a system that you can always juggle, like as long as the move has juggle potential, regardless of how fucking far they fall. Juggle Infinites in older KF games. I'm sure there are. Literally like half of all KF games are Kusuga. They like made a new KOF game every year, and they fucked with the mechanics quite a lot between each game. And like literally like half the games have some incredibly broken thing. The really, really played games are the ones that have absolutely nothing broken in them. Kuso in Japanese is like shit. Gay is just short for Geimu, which is just game. Shitty game, basically. The instant never head into air super. That was a punish. Do I dare to click on this link that says EXE latest? Oops, I did. Oh shit, the screen's all wide. Hold on, there we go. Oh, it's slightly misaligned, hold on. There we go. I don't know a damn thing about this game. I know that you can't die to chip. In fact, you might not take chip at all. I know that you also, like, literally lose, like, stats, or maybe not stats, but like meter, something, from moving backward. Damn, who's this lolly? Look at all her traps. This shit looks cheap. That's a punish. Lose meter build rate from moving backwards. That's to prevent stalling, I presume. Yes, combos in this game are really tight looking. That meter at the bottom is so fucking confusing. Kind of reminding me of like Len or like Mew. Reminding me a lot of Mew. A little bit of Venom too. There's definitely some Venom in this somewhere. Yeah, I'm definitely seeing Venom here. I haven't even done a single Omega character video yet, technically. Although I've recorded like 3. I have like too many actual projects that I can start releasing like side projects. People will just get mad. I'm gonna be Hundo. Vanilla is a much shittier game than Street Fighter V is. Like, much shittier in basically every way. What is going on with these combos? Street Fighter 4 started as a sequel to Street Fighter 3. I mean, obviously a sequel. It started as a new version of Street Fighter 3. That's factual. They were made to be like strong on purpose. They didn't. I don't really believe that they tried to make the game purposely imbalanced to so they'd get like permission to make a rebalance. That could be true, but I don't think it's true. More likely, I think they just wanted to make new characters who would be like unmistakably relevant. Because like in Super, there were a lot of new characters who like um, didn't really see any play at all. Like 10 new characters came out, and then people just played the same as characters. Like Ibuki saw no play at the beginning, Makoto saw no play at the beginning, Hakan and Juri saw no play at the beginning. Juri saw some at like the low level. Um, Dudley saw a little bit. Adon saw a little bit. Cody and Gaiba saw some. No, Cody and Guy came later. I mean, they were in that patch, but I'm just saying it took a while for people to find Cody and Guy. And then who am I forgetting? T-Hawk and DJ saw basically no play each. So they like added 10 new characters, and then no one played any of them. The only ones that were kind of played were Adon and Dudley, who were not so coincidentally the only two viable ones at the time. Hakan was pretty bad at release. Juri was kind of bad at release. DJ and T-Hawk were borderline unplayable at release. Makoto was complete garbage at release. Ibuki, it's hard to say. Cody and Guy were both kind of bad. But Adon and Dudley were both okay. I feel like Adon was probably a solid mid for the entire lifespan of the game. He doesn't really have that many counter picks. He's weak against T-Hawk and Zangief. I don't think he's weak against other grapplers, but those two gave him a little bit of problems. I don't even think he's weak to T-Hawk, to be honest. I think like T-Hawk is too shitty of a character that he can really counterpick anyone, except possibly Geef. Not even really Geef. Geef is a big problem for Adon, though. Geef is really tall, which means he blocks Adon's Jaguar kicks earlier than most characters would, which means that even the safe ones can be punished by SPD. Yeah, generally if you parry a V reversal, you get hard kick, hard kick. Crouch hard punch is good too. They're like not that different in speed. That's the ugly truth of Akuma. If you can get crouch fierce, you can generally get like hard kick, hard kick. Because crouch fierce is what, like 10, and hard kick is like 12. I don't know how fast hard kick is. It's not very fast. It might be like 14. But typically if you can get one, you can get the other. It's close hard punch. Close hard punch forces stand and doesn't hit standing opponents. Hard to say. I think there needs to be more of an emphasis on making crush counter normals like unsafe. Or only safe at range. I feel like the risk and reward need to be like approximately equal for crush counter normals. I like the plethora of like stand hard kick crush counters that are -4. I think those are good. But then you have stuff like Balrog stand hard kick. Anime boys. Oh no, the lolly is sleepy. I got a plate of chopped carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower here. Doused in balsamic vinegar. This shit is fucking nice. What they truly need to do is bring back the range on like normals. Capcom bring back range. If pokes come back, then whiff punishing will come back too. Right now, both pokes and whiff punishing are dead. This game looks pretty fun. It doesn't look that hard. It might be really hard, but it looks fairly simple. It looks like there's no like crazy mechanics really fucking bogging down the game, which is my big gripe with anime games in general. Nabanai. Nabanai is like danger. It's like watch out. It's an adjective, so I guess literally it means something like dangerous. Who is this? Is that a whip? I think I've seen this character before. I think I remember really liking her. Well, I just had a really sick idea. Let's watch A Budget Cup. Abuget. How the fuck do you say that? Is that a place? Is that like in Singapore? Or like fucking Southeast Asia somewhere? I wanna watch that shit. Hold on, time out. I haven't seen it yet.